Three boys, Jackson, Cam, and Joe. That's us. We were going on what we thought would be a fun little tramp. We could see the beautiful landscape of New Zealand, and we could relax, have fun, and throw our troubles away for a while. Turns out, we had no idea what we'd gotten ourselves into. Before we knew it, we were in a risky situation, which left us having to navigate the wild in order to survive.
Hell, to be honest. I thought we were going to hell because I'd never been in the wilderness before. But yeah, I just thought we were going to hell because I didn't really like the fact that we were going to the wilderness, you know?
Well, I knew we were going to Arthur's Pass.
Yeah.
And we were heading to Klondike Corner. Yeah, I thought it was, to be honest, I thought it was going to be fun. Just a bit of relaxing, we could just chill, I guess. And I didn't expect what it was.
I knew we were going to Arthur's Pass, and that's about it. I was feeling pretty excited to be doing something a bit more different.
Klondike Corner was our starting point on our tramp. It's located at the foot of Arthur's Pass, meaning it's a long way from home. We weren't sure if we were ready for this challenge we had begun, so we just had to do our best.
We have never experienced anything like this before. I was definitely feeling scared, nervous, but a little bit brave.
At roughly 4 p.m, we arrived at our first destination, and so day one began.
As soon as we got there, we started to make camp, and we were going to make a shelter, but we realised that was too much effort, so we pulled out the tent, and it took us about like 2 hours to make the tent. But it was good. It was good fun. A little bit scary, but you know, we got through it.
After that, it was just moving in and then cooking dinner. Well, the cooking was interesting because I hadn't really used those kinds of stoves and the gas lighters and that sort of stuff before. I'm used to more domestic cooking. Yeah, that was a new experience for me, and sitting there on the grass.
Chopping boards on the floor, cooking over a tiny little gas flame.
Sorry, there's so many carrots. No, Jake, it's not steak. Joe, it's not steak.
It's not steak. It's not what I asked for.
Yes, Joe.
What was in your mind on the first night?
I don't know. I was just having fun and enjoying myself, so had a good mindset for the next day.
I think we were all feeling a little bit better about the tramp because we'd settled in, but we still had no idea what we were doing the next day until we realised that things weren't as straightforward as we thought they were. The supervisors decided that
Joe and I would navigate everyone up the hill and around the river and that the next day. So I was a bit stressed about that, especially when we saw the maps and we realised how high the hill was. Like, it was 1,500 metres, the peak, and that's like a third of Mount Cook, so
Yeah.
it was pretty daunting knowing that we would have to somehow get up through all of that.
Yeah.
Especially with how they said we would be bush bashing, and that was a bit scary.
Don't cook on that thing, you're going to drink out of it.
See them, that we have all of our grain.
It was a bit weird the first night.
My experience was when when I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard something rustling, like behind the tent, and then I went back to sleep, and then Cam rolled over and slapped me in the face in his sleep. So I didn't really sleep much that night, but no, it was fun. It was definitely a lot warmer than I thought it would be too.
So yeah, we settled in. We got a good night's sleep and ready for day 2.
First, we packed everything away, had some good old brekkie,
in the
and
Oh my god. Thanks for keeping it clean.
For some odd reason, me and Cam got put in charge
Jackson.
of like leading everyone to everywhere.
Right, so we got off and we packed up. We were waiting for the vans for a while.
So this is the game we play when we are bored waiting for our 6-hour hike.
They were dropping our stuff off at the end of the camp, and they took a while to get back, so we were just kind of playing cricket for a while.
Yeah, you can just leave your stuff here because we're not going to do
That's 1 minute. That's 2 minutes. No, it's 3 minutes, Joe. No, not my stuff.
Alright. So we've been waiting here for what, half an hour?
I tapped it.
Friggin' what are they? Flies are getting everywhere.
Oh, there we go.
And I think as Jackson hit that last shot, the vans got back and we were ready to go.
oh, we started our walk, and we did some river crossing.
We did some river crossing,
And we walked across the river.
which was extremely cold. Like, I never thought my feet would get colder before.
That's where we're going. Over there.
After we crossed the river, things would only start getting harder. But, I mean, we didn't know that yet.
After lunch, we had to listen to our navigators that were chosen.
A little bit.
We then got the whole group lost at one point when we went down a big ravine. So that was fun.
They did not do such a good job at the beginning. They took us the wrong way. We lost a lot of time.
And so we had to turn back, find the corner where we decided we would go up, and then it was just pain from that point.
And then we went up a mountain for 9.5 hours.
We're walking to our next campsite.
We started walking up the hill, and it wasn't too bad at the beginning.
We realised about 15 minutes in that it's a lot harder to walk up a steep hill than you think. We'd only gone about 100 metres up in about half an hour.
We're at 1100 meters. It is what, 4 o'clock? Or is it?
It was a bit tiring and not as easy as I thought it would be.
At that point I thought I was going to die because at one point it was just bushy area and the next minute just straight drop. like we could have died at any point.
I just thought about home the whole time and how much I just wanted to get out of this place and sleep in a nice bed and get over my cold, which was still there and being super annoying.
We've been walking for like 4 hours. Yeah, it's been difficult.
My motivation, not to die, and also just to sit around the campfire, have some hot chocolate, and just chill. It made me mentally and physically exhausted, but it kind of made me realise that I can do this. Like, I'm one with the nature, you know?
Yeah. We're almost there. There's Cam. I don't know if you can see him.
We made it to the top of the hill, and I was pretty tired, and I ran out of water, and I was pretty sad.
Jackson, we made it.
Eventually we made it to the top and my legs were just in pain the whole time.
But I think that was worth it
Yeah.
because I mean it was just incredible up there.
Oh my god. That is where we started. Over there. And we went all the way down there. And then up there.
Yeah, and then we walked across the top of the hill down to the hut, and that's where we stayed for the second night.
After 9.5 hours, we finally made it to the camp, and then we just started doing the same thing what we did the other night. The final day, I was actually feeling a lot more confident than the first day. I didn't feel like I was going to die, but I definitely wanted to go back home.
I was feeling pretty optimistic actually because I knew that it wasn't going to be as bad as what we had gone through, and that it would just be downhill, and we would be good.
Yeah, I was a lot more confident than the first day.
I think that climb was the biggest achievement of the year for me.
Morning, Joe.
Good morning, Cam.
On the final day, we woke up at 4 o'clock, and I was very unhappy because it was early in the morning and I had no water.
Yeah, so we it's 5:30 in the morning. Been up since 4, and getting some breakfast, boiling some water for.
We had to be back by about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was a bit of a drive back, so we were up at 4.
We packed up our tents, had breakfast.
We set off at about 6 in the morning.
We ended up leaving at 6, and I did not know why, because I didn't even have breakfast either, and I had to wake up 2 hours before we had to leave, and I could have been sleeping. Then we started walking down a track, and it was even better because I had a full bottle of water.
Which looked like urine because we had to put the iodine in it.
No,
You didn't put the iodine in it?
no,
Did you filter the water at all?
no,
Boil it?
no.
So you just
You could potentially have a disease in your body right
you
now.
had gutter water
Yeah,
from a house.
I had gutter water.
And then we went for, I think, like a 3-hour walk down the hill.
This walk was like the final stretch before the finish line. I was motivated. I mean, I just wanted to get there.
I was thinking, warm bed, just fall asleep for about 24 hours. And then we finally made it to civilization.
Yes.
before we knew it was only like a couple of hours before we knew it, we were back and we were sitting down at the end of the trail waiting for the vans to come pick us up. I wasn't ready to stop, to be honest.
When I realised that we're kind of out of the bush, I kind of missed it and I wanted to go back.
That's a house. That's a house. I haven't seen one of those in 2 days.
Same.
It sort of felt like I wanted to stay longer. Like I could have stayed longer, or that I wasn't done.
Definitely felt like I achieved something greater in life than just being in the city and being an absolute idiot.
I felt successful, but I was also super excited to actually go back home and eat some house food.
I was pretty happy to go home. Had a good old sleep on the way back while everyone spent their dollars at the shops and came back with their fat ice creams, and I was sitting in the middle with my half bottle of water.
So we had some time really to reflect on the whole scale of things.
It was really good, but I wouldn't do it again. At least I wouldn't climb up the hill again. I think that's just a one-off for me.
It was okay. I just would carry more water next time. And it was good, and I would probably do it again with more water.
I would do it again, yes. It's definitely made me feel like a better person. Well, the part that affected me most physically was when we were going up the hill, because we were obviously going up the hill for 9 or 10 hours, and we had like little 5-minute breaks in between. And I think my legs were completely exhausted. I felt like I was going to collapse.
Really the whole point of this tramp was about the journey and overcoming those tough challenges, and I think to be a part of that is really special to us and something that we won't forget for a long time.